Okay. Hey, I think we are live. Yes, we are live there. But we're not live over here yet because this is just keeping track of things. This is John Young with This Jackie News. We are doing a test today. We're going to be going live from DJ Expo next week, hopefully Sunday, Monday, Tuesday night, and then during the day a little bit. And I wanted to test the system we're going to be using. So we're going to do a short little live stream here. In this live stream, we're going to be testing a couple of microphones. Right now, I'm using the webcam. I think it's a Logitech 920 webcam, and the microphone that's on that. That's what you're hearing me through right now. And I see that there's latency going on. I can see that over there. We're testing a laptop to see if the laptop's got enough horsepower to do this test and to make this happen. If not, we're going to have to go and step up and go to a bigger laptop with more capability. But we want to find out if this will work, because that would be a lot easier to handle than the big laptop. So, if you are watching this, I can follow the chat over here. So if there's any feedback and such, what you're seeing and hearing, and if there's really bad latency and different things, let me know as we're going along here in this video. Otherwise, I won't know until I am done of what we are experiencing here with this video. So in the first part of the video, we're going to actually go to the mixer that we would be using in Atlantic City, and we're going to be comparing two different microphones. So in this part of the video, we're going to be comparing two microphones. I've got the Senheiser. This is the E865, which is a, I think it's a hypercardioid pickup pattern. Basically, this is one of their upper line microphones and such in the DJ realm, without getting into the huge, big time concert microphones. Very nice mic. And then I want to compare it against a Shure SM58. Now, the only reason I'm using an SM58, they're two different microphones. I realize that. This is something that we're all familiar with. This we probably are not. And I wanted to give you an idea of what the two sounded like. That's all this is for. We're not saying that this is the equivalent of this in any way, shape, or form, because they're two different microphones and their purposes are slightly different also. But I wanted to show you both. So I have my board over here, and I'm going to do a switch here. I'm going to switch my audio, so just hang with me here. To 2. Check, check. Just hang on, I'm going to check and... Okay, so now we are coming to you with the Senheiser, and yeah, I can see a lot of lag on the video there, which is really kind of a bummer, but that's the way it is. So this is the Senheiser. Again, this is the E865. Now I'm going to, on the board, I'm going to make sure all of my adjustments are the exact same. And now I'm talking to you through the Shure. This is the SM58. This is the 865 from Senheiser. This is the SM58. Now what I'm going to do is I want to try to adjust the SM58. I'm looking at the little VU meter bouncing over there, and I want to bring the SM58 up closer to the level of what the Senheiser is. So I'm going to have to bump this up just a little bit. I think that might be, ooh, that's way too, it looks like that's way too high. So let's back it off a little bit. I think that's about the same volume. Maybe the SM58 could use a little bit more. So that way you can compare the sound quality of the 865 to the sound quality of what you're kind of used to in the Shure SM58. You can get an idea. Again, this is the Shure unit that we're talking into right now. Now we're over to the Senheiser microphone. Two different types of microphones. I realize that. I'm not saying that they compare evenly. I want to give you a reference model to go against with the 865, because a lot of you haven't really looked at Senheiser microphones too much, and this would be your chance to hear a Senheiser up against a Shure SM58. Ta-da! There you guys go. So that was kind of fun. It looks like both microphones are working, and I think that the sound... Well, I'm not getting any feedback from any of you, so we're going to just continue. This is going to be a really... Okay, now I've got audio. Jeez, too many buttons, my bad here. So that was a microphone test. Now in this next part of the video, and I'm going to break these apart if they turned out, and if they don't, I don't really care too much. Yes, thank you, Eric. I thought so too. I was really impressed with the Sennheiser. We actually picked those up to be using at DJ Expo and coming up here next week, because I wanted to have a good quality microphone that we could use for handheld. And I picked up a couple of them, and I was really impressed with the sound quality. So yeah, we're just kind of fiddling around here, testing out the board, and I think the board is good, and the microphones work well. So now it is time to send that robocall to Robo Dungeon. Robot call. Yeah, sorry, it'll be back here. Okay, hang on. 1 sec. See, I can see the chat, and now, yeah, okay. So I'm busy talking in the video, and that'll get all trimmed up. So in this part of the video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the RCF. This is the EVOX J8. Now, I've already done a little bit of video with it. I have, in the truck right now, I have a J8 and a J-Mix 8, which basically is the same speaker, but it has a built-in mixer. Again, these are from RCF, and I've been really, really happy with these. Now, one of the big questions a lot of you have already asked is like, okay, we've been hearing you talk a lot about the Evolve 50 from Electro-Voice. How do they compare? Well, I haven't put them side by side yet. I have heard them both, and my gut feeling, until I get side by side, is that you're looking almost at two different yet similar boxes. What I mean by that is that first off, we're looking at, they're both 12-inch, they both have their top cabinets, but the RCF unit is a plastic one. It's less expensive, a little bit weight. There's going to be a weight difference and such, a little bit there. You are good. Yep, good. Thank you. There's some differences in the units. I really feel that they are for different types of show. While the RCF can get really loud, I think because of the plastic box, you're going to have a different resonance in the bass, and you're going to have a different resonance maybe coming from the tops and such, especially in the lower cabinet. I feel it when I was listening to the Evolves, I was getting a little bit more bass sound out of the Evolves from Electro-Voice. Now, a price difference is also a big thing. The J8 doesn't have any mixer capability in it. Let me just kind of turn this around here. And by the way, this it came in, I unboxed it, put it up on a table so we could do this little video. So this is literally how it comes from RCF. But with the J8, we've only got in and out and just a basic control. We've got a little bit of a boost button, which when you're going to go into louder volumes and such, you wouldn't use. Now, I did a 50th wedding anniversary last week, and I had, gosh, this is probably about as tall as the stage was that I was on, which there's a part with the J system, which was really cool, that was able to deal with that. The top of either system, the J Mixer J8, is a little array. Let's throw that up to the side. A little array, and I believe 2-inch speakers, whatever they are. But there's the 8-inch or the 8 speakers in here, and they give you a nice sound. But they give you a very narrow. They're really aiming the sound, so you're getting a wider left and right, but your vertical coverage isn't as much as a traditional horn speaker. Some of those are like a 60 by 90. We're down to about a 30-degree angle. Now, at the event I was at last week, we had a 40-some-inch stage, and if I would have had the tall poles and put this way up there, there would have absolutely been no chance of me hearing anything, because there's a slight curve to it, but for the bulk of it, it's really focusing that sound outward. So to hit me in the head as a dancer in front of it, I would have needed to have the thing somewhat in this range. If I would have it, 4 feet above the sub, that would have been about 9 feet above the floor. The people in the first 8 to 10 feet of my dance floor wouldn't have had, they would have been receiving the highs and such at the properly, I guess the best way to describe it. So RCF has got a solution for that is involved with all this, and that is in this nice little box that comes with it. In the box is their little travel bag here. Probably the biggest downfall with this particular system is that you've got this nice little bag, and you've got your pieces, and all the pieces fit in here. So, the top fits here, the pieces all fit in there. You get a road bag that goes over it, but this doesn't go anywhere, which is kind of a bummer, because it'd be nice to be completely self-contained. Prices, Justin, no, they are not comparable on the microphones. They were completely, unfortunately, different. I believe the Sennheiser is about twice, maybe 3 times the money. They are really expensive. That's why I didn't jump on them years ago. I wanted to wait, and then it's like, you know, I probably should try. Okay, back to the speakers here. There are 2 different pipes in here. I only grabbed one, like a silly boy. You have your first extension. Now they've got them all bubble wrapped up here, and there you go. So we have an extension, and this is just basically a screw-in extension that could screw in here, and then you put this on top, and then you've got your height. We wouldn't need that for last week's event. We would just have gone, and this is what I did, is I just went with the shorter pipe, which has, of course, our typical speaker stand threads. Adjusted this up, put the pin in. So instead of having that top way up there, it basically, this was on top of the sub, the speaker was there, and it put the top at just a little higher than it probably would have, I would have liked it, but it still was working really well for my dance floor. I also had a very, very shallow dance floor. You guys are going to get to see some of that tonight, by the way. In the second half of the Brian show and my show tonight, we're going to be talking about the venue that time forgot. Basically, this venue is something from the 80s, and you get to see more of that tonight. So the short pole, the top goes on there. We've got our power in, switching, and the other thing was that boost in the bass. And basically what that is if you think of your equalizer, it was bumping that low end bass up. For this particular event, I wasn't playing very loud. I actually used that just to give it a little more thump. Yes, I could have gone over to the board and turned it up. But it's like, you know, I'm going to try it and see when it gets to the point where I need to shut it off because it's either sounding too bassy or it's driving the system or working the system too hard. 50th wedding anniversary, you're not going to play that loud. Small group, didn't play that loud. I really didn't push anything at all, so it stayed. I left it in that mode all night long. It worked well. I was really happy with the sound, and it covered the room very, very well. Now the big difference between the J8 and the Mix, the J Mix 8 has a mixer right up in here that has Bluetooth capabilities. It has linking capabilities, so you can run it to the next one. It has a full mixer in there, so you can run instruments and microphones and line, all those different things. Or you can select this to disable it, and it becomes a J8 because you can run the sound in the back, and it's just a J8 with this thing here, which you don't need to use. Let's see what else is in the bag. Oh, of course, it's got the power supply or the power cable there. It's got the little jumper, the speaker cable, because it jumps. Everything's powered from the sub. And then it has these cool little clips that you end up putting on the speaker stands. But it's a cool little clip that you slide on, and it sits there kind of snugly. And then it has the wire, a retainer clip there to hold the wire, so it can hold the wire behind the pole and make it all nice and neat and clean. And that's all included with the speaker. As someone who does a lot of speaker reviews and has played with a lot of cabinets over the last few years, probably one of the biggest things I am now appreciating from companies is companies that do not put stickers on the grills. I got 2 speakers down here that they put stickers on the grills, and then you try to take those off, and if you don't get them off cleanly, you've got that hook there. Thank you, RCF Electro Voice. A lot of you don't do that. Thank you for not doing that, because it's just an absolute mess. Overall, though, I'm really, really happy with the J8. If you're, again, looking to sound difference between the two, there is going to be a difference, but you're also paying a price difference to go and up to the Electro Voice. It's not a huge thing, but there is a little bit of a price difference, and for some people, $100 is a big thing. You're getting a lot of the technology in this, but you might be getting a little bit better sound in the Evolve, but they both, if you wouldn't have them side by side, you probably wouldn't realize that there's a sound difference, and you'd be happy with either one. So for those of you who are RCF fans, I think that the J-series is great. If you're an Electro Voice fan, I think you'd be happy with the Evolve all day long, the Evolve 50s all day long. Just my thoughts and such. As someone who's heard them both, next week I'm going to hopefully be able to hear them both a lot closer at DJ Expo, because both of them will be there, and we're going to be able to do some sound tests. I'm going to take my little camera, I'm going to have a decent microphone with that, and I'm going to go and get a sound of something that I'm going to choose, and we'll try to do that with both of those speakers next week, so you guys can compare those on our film. It's not the greatest, but it might give you a better idea. Anyway, I think that is it for my video. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you guys for being with, and I know this is lagging, way lagging bad. That's just part of part of doing it remotely. I'm going to probably have to go to the other laptop, but we'll check the video out here in just a little bit. Once again, thank you. We'll be back tonight. Ben Stowe and I are going to be on at 9 o'clock Eastern. We're going to talk about some of the things Ben's going to be doing in Atlantic City with DJ Expo. And then at 10 o'clock Eastern, Brian, Red and I are going to talk DJ Expo for the first half hour. Then a second half hour, we're going to look at the venue that time forgot. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.